Hey. What's going on? It is Rod on the road signing on. Hope everybody's having a good time as usual and being successful out there in YouTube land. Well, everybody, man, this video here is just some, I'm going to go over a little bit about the solar. I'm at a rest area, beautiful rest area. It's brand new. I got a view of a field right here. It's real safe in there. The people are real nice. And I got one big Class A over there. I asked her about parking in the Class A slot, and she was like, the lady in there, she was like, I could do it. It wasn't no big deal, especially if I was sticking out too far over the pathway. If it was busy, it's not that busy here. As you can see, I stick out quite a bit, and I have to keep from being out in the driving lane. So I just told her I just stay put. You know, being in a van like this, you got the best of both worlds. You know, most people, I could pull over in that big slot, or I could just stay right here. I kind of like the privacy that's over here. I got one guy over here in this blue car. He's asleep. Must have been a long drive, and just everybody's been pretty nice. It's been quiet here today. People pull up and they eat lunch and they keep going. But that's not what I want to talk about. I just want to talk about. I hope the wind's not affecting too much. I just want to talk about this solar right quick. Like I said, I still don't have it hooked up, even though I'm desperately working on getting it hooked up. I'm waiting on some wires. The wires that came in the kit were not long enough. I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly what type of panels they are and everything. Now, the bracket that I have right there, that bracket, that's the tilting bracket. It comes from Windy Nation. You can get that, I'm sure, on Amazon. And of course, it's a Renology 100-watt panel. Also, Amazon, unless you know a distributor that sells them or something like that. The wires, also Amazon, or if you know a distributor that can get those to you. They're an 8-gauge wire. Make sure you have enough. Those wires got to do a little snaking around. So I needed more than I thought I would need. But like I said, the original, how they were acquired, it wasn't fully me. So the people that were involved in it probably didn't know exactly as far as the measurements were concerned. I would have knew, but that's great. I still thank them and appreciate them for it. But these panels, the way I have them up here, I need some lighting. The way I have them up here, let me climb up here and show you. I got them up here. These are carriage bolts. They came from Home Depot. It's a hole drill right through this into the bottom, the underside, and it's bolted in with some large washers. And I just covered the whole thing with that sealant from Home Depot that I can't remember the name of again. But that's how they're installed. It's 4 bolts. It's not just glued on. A lot of people thought it was just glued on. It's 4 bolts. Then I put the adhesive on top. I went ahead and put some more adhesive around these just for safe measure. But I like the accessibility of the panels being in the back. I can easily clean them back here. And of course, the tilting mechanism, the sun was south of me, so this spot would have been perfect for solar had they been hooked up to just tilt them back. I couldn't do it long ways because of the structural deal going on with this truck and the fact that I'll be putting a fan right up there. So that wouldn't have worked. I left room for the fan, and I don't see myself adding any additional panels. I know a lot of people say I might. I just don't see myself doing it because I'm making it just fine right now, just off the alternator. If I increase my storage capacity and this one panel, I should be fine. And if I'm not fine, then we'll deal with that at a later date. It'll probably be impossible to deal with after. Even if I had the space to put another panel there, it'd just be weird, and I'm not gonna worry about it. But that's it. And another thing about if you have any ways to modify your engine performance, like I put one of those aftermarket air cleaners on it, like you see on the hot rod type of outfitted motors. And man, that thing increased my horsepower, my throttle response. It's really letting that motor get a lot of air, really letting that motor wake up. And I'm really excited, and I'm happy with it. Man, on the highway, I was hitting I was getting up to speeds without even realizing that I was up to those speeds, and it was kind of exciting. So, you know, wires, distributors, and all that kind of stuff you can use to make that engine do a little kick, more kick. Go ahead and do it. Take care of your engine now because it's important. Don't neglect it. Make it as important as the modifications you're doing to the van or the maintenance. More than just the oil change, especially these older engines. You really can make those things, can bring them back to life with just some minor upgrades, and that's something that I like to do. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go on the inside and hope the lighting don't get too jacked up. It often does. But under this, of course, this is the MPPT charge controller that's not hooked up yet. But under this, I had drawers in here. I know you can't see in there, but that's where the bolts come down at. And it's a lot of empty space under here now. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably just acquire me some locking storage containers to put little whatnots in and stuff I don't want to see, because there's a lot of empty room up there now that I removed those little shelves that the custom van people put in here that were really not really worth much at all. You really couldn't put much in them at all. So that's pretty much the deal going with the solar. Still not hooked up. Still trying to get it hooked up. Still working on it. And we're going to keep pushing forward with that. But I want to also touch on a subject that I often talk about, and that's motivation. That's being strong. I used to watch a guy that really inspired me a while back now, not a long time ago, but a while back. It was Don Carpenter was the guy. And he used to talk about sticking it to the man, and I used to love that talk. I was like, man, this guy's doing it. He's living a life out there, I want to do what that guy's doing. Sticking it to the man. A lot of these places, that's why stealth is still important to me. I know a lot of people say it's not that important anymore, but it's still important to me. If you're moving around from place to place, you might be here, you might pick up an odd job here, you might pick up an odd job up here. You want to kind of travel. Some might know the situation, some might not. Anonymity or whatever. You want to, I like to fly under the radar. That's just my personal preference. Whatever your preference is your preference. But my personal preference is to fly under the radar. And to stay motivated. I've been talking to a lot of people that have been having some struggles out there. Whatever the struggles are, stay positive. Try to stay motivated. And things will work out. I promise. I promise they'll work out. And, once they work out, you'll be glad you're stuck with it. You want to give up sometimes, but don't let life beat you down. Life don't have to be hard. It can be very rewarding and very encouraging. People around you, listen to people that are positive. Surround yourself with positive people. Don't deal with a lot of negative people, because that negativity will rub off on you. And you want to keep the faith. I always have to say this because it's such a big part of my life. God and country. This is a country here. This country, the freedoms in this country are wonderful. You have to acknowledge what is to be able to be out here like this. This country's set up for travel. I mean, come on, think about it. Acknowledge the good things. This country's set up for travel. Truck stops, Walmarts, different places where you can go. The interstate system. The gas prices are decent now. This is a great time to travel and to be out here. And you just want to keep that in mind. Don't get stifled by all the rhetoric and all this kind of, oh, we're this, we're that, we're oppressed. We're not oppressed. Look, oppressed where? I'm doing what I want to do. How am I oppressed? Now, as far as working and all that kind of stuff, of course, sometimes that can be feel bad, not feel too great for some people. But, it's even a way out of that. Trust me. But I'm trying to think of anything I missed, which of course I missed something. I always do. Check out that sign over there. Ain't that beautiful? The flag and the honoring of the POWs. Ain't that wonderful? I just think that's beautiful. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna whip up something to eat. I got some meat in the refrigerator, and I got some carrots I'm gonna whip up. It's kind of cold out here today. I'm gonna get in here and relax and See which way I'm ahead. Just ride on the road, signing off. Check your tire pressure. Always check on your vehicle for leaks. You know, I always talk about that point system of the pre-trip inspection when you're traveling. You want to notice stuff like that. Watch your oil temperature gauge like a hawk. Any gauge on there, temperature gauge, oil temperature gauge, keep an eye on them, make it a habit. Watch them. You need to peep your eyes at them I do about every 5 to 10 minutes when I'm driving, to be honest with you. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't take much effort to look down and look up. Trust me. It's Ride on the Road, signing off. God bless America. Go to Facebook, RamonReddick.com, and send me a friend request, and I'll gladly accept it. Oh, that's my timer. That kitchen timer's coming in handy. This Ride on the Road, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe. God bless America, and peace.